Hello everyone, welcome to our enterprise Greenway. Our organization serves primarily the elderly and others who are in the business of serving them. As we have all seen, elderly are often overlooked by our capitalist society as they don't remain an active contributor anymore. We believe, as fair society, it is our duty to take care of them and make aging a comfortable process. A lot of times, elders have to live alone as their children or close family members live far away. With nobody to care for or look after them, they are forced to live a suboptimal life. Some elderly also have to move to an old age home to deal with this situation, but in majority of the cases, it is not an ideal scenario as they have to leave their home where they have lived for their lives and move to a rather small room or a bed in a public home. Therefore, they become prone to depression and loneliness. And to make matters worse, they might not even get the right kind of assistance catered to their specific needs. Their close ones are constantly worried about their well being but cannot do much to elevate their situation. And this is where we come into the picture. We provide one stop solution to multifaceted problem faced by our elderly to make their life better. So, what is the problem to be solved here? The problem to be solved is elderly people suffer from poor well-being. And what are the causes? Now we have talked about like the five major causes here. So the first one is that the children or the loved ones are living far away, so there's nobody to care unless these people move to an old age home. Now, there was also a possibility of getting caregivers, but after a legislation which was passed in June 2021, there is a minimum pay, an hourly minimum pay that has been enforced, and therefore the caregivers they are supposed to be paid even for the hours that they are sleeping in the night, and therefore making it very unaffordable for majority of the people. Thirdly, in individualistic society like Germany, elderly do not get an active care or support even from their neighbors because people are more busy with their own individual lives. Also, there is no separate platforms for elderlies to connect with each other where they can talk about their specific concerns or interests. Last cause is that the products or the services that are made in the silver economy space might not really cater to the exact pain points as the companies do not have the right kind of need information. So, what does all these causes lead to? So, of course, without love funds and a poor sense of community, the old people feel lonely and might also have a feeling of irrelevance. In order to get proper care, when they move from their beloved homes to an old age home, or they can either get a caregiver. Otherwise, they have to live in a very difficult situation. And the last effect is that there are not many products or services that are designed to solve specific problem by the elderly. So this is where we have depicted a very simplistic representation of our platform. So what we are really trying to say is that it will be very simple and easy to use mobile application, which will be designed for the old people to use because they are not so much used to using technology. So this platform will allow its user to connect easily with the local relationship managers. There is a button for that where you can just tap and there could be a call directly to the relationship manager. You can also call ambassadors or the caregivers to avail immediate or planned support services. And for that, you can go to Here For You button. So this idea of the local relationship manager and the local caregivers, it works around a local neighborhood model where we want to create a harmonious ecosystem for our elderly so that they can live in their own homes and they can feel supported. And apart from this, our platform also allows its user to recognize the other users in the nearby area and form online group based on their interests. So very similar to WhatsApp groups, very easy to create. And through these groups, of course, these users have liberty to, plan an outside group meeting, for example, right? And this will further foster a sense of community. Our users will find people with whom they might relate more and hence enjoy a higher social well-being. And at the same time, our organization Grey can also organize such meetups and hobby workshops on a need basis. Then you can see like the fourth button is for the global community. So here we are giving an option for people to sort of create again like build interest group, but at the same time interact with the people globally, very similar to the Reddit, for example. Then in the fifth tab, you have a mentorship. So elderlies, they can create their profiles going to this mentorship tab, and they can put in their field of expertise and experience, how much time are they willing to devote on a weekly or a monthly basis, the language that they speak, how much fees they would want to charge. And our company here only regulates the upper limit on the fees charge, and the mentors have the flexibility to provide the mentorship for free as well, right? And we will charge only a basic platform usage fees from both the mentors and mentees, which will be decided by doing further due diligence as we progress with this idea. Now there is the last tab, which is called Service and Test, where users can go and participate in drives run by our partner companies. And therefore, through this platform, our community will interact with each other, both in real world and in the digital world, through an app designed exclusively for elders. Our app helps elders benefit from most comprehensive bouquet of services, offers, engagement activities, which elders need and wish for. And this would help us to achieve a final goal, which is to make this world a better place for old people to live by becoming one-stop solution provider. So we have already discussed what our platform would do, but just very briefly summarizing the means and what it would lead to. So here we are talking about the result chain. So what would be our means? So of course, the relationship manager would ensure the overall well-being of the elderly families in his area by being in regular phone touch with them or making home visits. The caregivers would be available on demand and would be paid as per the time that they have served. So that would be affordable. So one caregiver can be shared by multiple families. Then we have local ambassadors who would cater to rather casual or small requests like grocery shopping, accompanying hospital visits, etc. Then young people can take mentorship, and this would also keep the meaningful interaction between these two generations going. Second last, we have the local and the global communities, which serve as a platform to form interest groups. And the last means would be the companies would be able to collect insightful data from their target customers. And what will all this lead to? So of course, elders can stay at their home in their own neighborhood, and their overall well-being would be uplifted, right? They would be able to enjoy better harmony with their surrounding as they create online interest groups and participate in local meetups organized by us. And at the same time, they might also experience the heightened sense of satisfaction if they choose to mentor a couple of young people. Also, by sharing the proper need information to the corporates, highly specialized products and services can be developed by the companies, which would cater to the exact pain points of elderly. So now coming to the last part of our pitch, our income strategy. So how do we see the revenues coming? So we see it coming from our direct beneficiaries, which are our old people, which are 65 plus years of age. And then we have the indirect beneficiaries, which were our caregivers, which were those young people, which were the children or the family members of the elderly, and the corporates. So those are our indirect. So we have the revenue streams coming from both of them. So from the direct beneficiaries, we will be charging them a fees of 30 euros per month per person as a subscription. And in this subscription, we will be providing the regular services like phone calls, home visits from the relationship manager, and access to local community activities. However, if they want to avail ambassador support and the caregiver support, they will incur additional cost, which would be use-based. Then, of course, now coming from the indirect beneficiaries, so commissions on hourly basis for the mentorship provided by the elder people, then a selling of data or selling of surveys to the organizations. Then we might also open our channel to doing like very basic and less level of advertisements if it is required. So not make it very much annoying, but just serve it as a healthy source of revenue. And then of course we can also get money from the CSR donations from the corporates. So for the first year, since we are planning to enter Munich at first, so there are around 335,000 people who are age 65 and above. And for the first year, we would want to run a pilot program in a small area. And therefore, we are intending to have just 60 people. And for that, we have calculated that our total cost would come out to be 60,000 euros, which includes website creation, like the mobile application creation, and the salaries for the ambassadors and the relationship manager. To this, I would like to end our presentation And I would really request that please take a look at our project details in the Babbel portal. Thank you and have a nice day.